Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Doghouse here at Orleans Junior-Senior High School, where tonight we bring you our continuing coverage of the 42nd Annual IHSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever. Tonight, the Lady Senators will attempt to punch their ticket to tomorrow night's Sectional 61 Championship Showdown by completing this second step of the journey. But standing in their way, the Lady Hornets of Medora, who drew one of the two byes in this tournament in intersectional play with 7 straight losses. It's 32 minutes that stand between these two programs and a title shot, and our countdown to the tip starts now. Hello again, everyone. I'm Misty Jones, and joining me in just a moment for tonight's broadcast of Lady Senator Basketball here on WSLM will be my sidekick and my broadcast partner, Mr. Philip Bousman. Well, for Coach Darren Russell and his Lady Senators, you couldn't have asked for a better opening script to begin this postseason journey. The Lady Senators come out swinging from the opening tip here on Tuesday night, used a big second quarter effort and a big 11-0 run going into that second quarter of play to get a sizable lead over the Lady Braves of Borden at the half. In addition, the Lady Braves gambled with one of their leading scorers, Paige Schindler, at 18 points per game, as Coach Carmichael inserted her back into the lineup in that second quarter with 3 personal fouls. And the Lady Senators stayed aggressive and on the attack offensively, forcing her into foul number 4, which set the Lady Braves up for a little bit of trouble there in the second half, and that's when momentum truly did shift. The Lady Senators missing no defensive effort at all. They were able to get out all over the Lady Braves in multiple looks, especially that trap and man-to-man pressure, as they were able to force the Lady Braves into some turnovers that resulted in quick points in that third quarter, including 7 straight from Maddie Bousman as she chipped in 10 of her game-high 21 in that third quarter of play as the sophomore kind of went unconscious with a couple of steals and coast-to-coast layups and then nailed a big 3 to follow those back-to-back layup opportunities. And then the final 8 minutes was pretty much academic as the Lady Senators pulled off the 59-41 win over the Lady Braves, moving them to tonight's semifinal round. And as I welcome in Coach Bousman, that win on Tuesday night did in fact bring us to this all-important semifinal Friday. The Lady Senators come in to face a struggling Lady Hornets team who's very thin on the roster. Just 6 girls out there dressed tonight, and this is a team that doesn't list anybody over average height of 5'5". And last year, when you look at the 2 wins that the Lady Senators had over the Lady Hornets, you know, it was by an average margin of 50+ in the 2 meetings, including putting up 90+ in the regular season against this crew. Coach, how does Coach Russell avoid this trap game or overlooking an opponent syndrome here tonight against the Lady Hornets?
I think you just focus on yourselves a lot throughout this game. You know, it's about how you start the game. Talk about how you got to start tonight and carry that into tomorrow night's start. You know, just personally something as I talked to Maddie today a little bit about was, you know, you still got to be disciplined in all your fundamentals and how you do things. You don't make passes that you aren't going to make in a normal setting. You're not going to, you know, catch the ball the wrong way. You're going to be fundamentally sound in how you do all those little things, how you make post entry passes, how you bend down and defend. So it's all about not developing or forming bad habits tonight. So hopefully they come out with that championship mentality and you know, they don't look at their opponent. They don't look at how many's on the roster. You know, a team that we didn't play this year. We dropped Medora this year, and you know, people question why we're picking up BNL, but we're picking up BNL because they're an opponent that they made us do things right. We took it on the chin to them, but for a quarter we played with one of the top teams in the 4A ranks. So first sight of Medora tonight, but I think it'll be one to test our own selves a little bit throughout.
And Coach, that's partially kudos to you and that athletic director's office and to the coaching staff for being willing to make that change. And sometimes it's hard for fans to understand that, but to pick up BNL, who's had so much success over the past 5 seasons, especially in Bedford, to bring a team like that into the schedule and to start boosting the level of play these Lady Senators have to go against year in and year out will only pay dividends down the stretch. Of course, hoping that's the case here this weekend. And in terms of Brad McCammon's Lady Hornets, as they enter tonight again, just 6 players on the floor dressed. Could be an interesting scenario here. Not a very big lineup either, and just coming in with 2 wins on the year, a little undermanned and a little undermatched in the post. Coach, this should at least be on paper pretty academic again for the Lady Senators as far as rebounding is concerned and with their post presence. Hopefully it's a game where we see a shift from maybe the three-point perimeter game to getting Rye and Cora going after just 6 points apiece on Tuesday.
Yeah, I thought that was something the other night. Tuesday night we didn't finish well around the basket. And, I think we had 74 shot attempts, and we shot a lot of threes, but early I felt like we were attacking inside, and Borden did a nice job of collapsing and kind of opened up the three, and, we were letting it fly. So we've got the ability inside and out, but it'd be nice to establish the post game tonight, because establishing that post game doesn't necessarily mean you're scoring out of it, just that post entries go in, and it helps reverse the basketball, helps with some in and inside out play. So hopefully we do a good job of that and then carry that over tomorrow night if we're fortunate enough to get there.
Well, as always, we want to take a moment here and a timeout during our Lady Senator tip-off pregame show and special coverage here during Sectional 61 play at the Doghouse to thank all the great sponsors that make this and every broadcast of Senator and Lady Senator basketball possible this season. Those sponsors include our pregame show sponsor tonight, John Jones GM City, as well as Eddie Gilstrap Motors bringing you the Lady Senator halftime report, and Ace Hardware of Salem. They're bringing you your post-game coverage here from the Doghouse tonight. Hopefully the Lady Senators celebrating another big win in tournament play, as well as McDonald's on South Main Street, home to Coach's Corner each week, Salem Crossing, and Meadowview Healthcare. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll sit down and have a chat with Lady Senator head coach Darren Russell. We'll get his thoughts on Tuesday night's big win over Borden, as well as look ahead to tonight's matchup with the Lady Hornets of Medora. Tonight, you're listening to coverage of Sectional 61 and Lady Senator basketball here on your leader for Southern Indiana sports coverage, WSLM. 1220 on the AM dial, and soon to be joined on the 97.9 FM dial. We'll be back right after this.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back as we continue on with this special edition of our Lady Senator tip-off pregame show here tonight at the Doghouse in Orleans, where tonight the Lady Senators go into semifinal action against the Lady Hornets of Medora, looking to punch their ticket to tomorrow night's championship game against the winner of the first semifinal against either Crothersville or the Lady Dogs of Orleans. And we're joined now on our pregame show by Lady Senator head coach, Mr. Darren Russell. Coach, an impressive outing on Tuesday night, 59-41. The final, you get three players in double figures. Give us your overall assessment of that win on Tuesday.
Well, the main thing is we got the win. That's the name of the game at this point in the year. We played extremely hard, and got a lot of the jitters, first night jitters out against them, and was fortunate, to come out and hit some shots. We did not shoot as well as what we typically shoot, but it seemed like every time Borden would make a run, we hit some timely shots, and just kept the pace at what we wanted it to be, not allowing them to dictate. And as long as we're able to control the pace, I feel really good with the amount of kids that we can rotate in and keep everybody semi-fresh, especially compared to other teams who cannot sub at all. So, that's a big benefit we got.
Well, of course, you got a big effort, like I said, from 3 girls in double figures, and really the offense, not playing bad, just couldn't get some shots to go in that first quarter on Tuesday night, but then you come alive a little bit with your MO, that three-point shot come alive. You were able to knock down 5 triples in that second quarter, and really from there, that's all you needed from the perimeter.
Right, and, I figured Borden was going to do something like that. We hit, I think, eight threes against them the first time, and they're probably thinking they can't keep shooting like that. And, because when we started hitting the first time, they had to go out of their zone and play us man, and they were not able to contain Rihanna and Cora on the inside, and both of them ended up with big games as well. So the way it started out is they came out in their zone, they dropped 2 people down around Rye every time, made it very difficult for her to get it, and then as we started to warm up and hit those timely shots, that created some more openings for her, or, Maddie and Ryan, Chelsea, Hattie, to be able to drive into the lane. So, we're starting to figure out, or our kids are starting to figure out, that we can play and we can score no matter how teams are going to play us. We just got to know if they're going to give us the inside or if it's going to be our outside game. And
that's what I was going to bring up next, Coach. You have that luxury because you have guards that can shoot the rock from outside, and when things aren't going so well, you've got a couple of really nice post players in both Rihanna and in Cora. And for scoring, wasn't such a big night for them. They chipped in 6 apiece, but did they ever offer a presence on the boards and especially defensively in the lane with Cora coming up with some timely blocks?
Yes, I think on one possession, Cora got 3 blocks, and that's just, she doesn't look like she'd be a shot blocker, but she's got the timing and she's got long arms, and she's deceiving, and
gentle giant.
Exactly, gentle giant's a good way to put it. But we those two just they don't even have to score. Their presence alone is demanding so much from other teams' defenses that it's leaving a lot of our other kids open and making it easier for them to be able to get shots and score.
Well, of course, then you got the big third quarter from Maddie Bowser, who was able to chip in 10 of her team-high 21, able to get her going, and a lot of that offensive production, especially from Maddie, I know, come off of turnovers.
Yeah, we went to a 1-3-1 half-court, three-quarter court trap, and there was a couple times that she was able to, we'd get them in the corner, and Maddie was able to, as they turn, pick their pocket and go in for easy layups. And, I think that one stretch she had like 3 layups, just boom, 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 and, really extended our lead. And, that's what she can do. I mean, there's been games, and she's been very frustrating for me because she does not shoot as much as what I would like for her to. I feel like sometimes she passes up opportunities for herself to try and get the ball somewhere else. It's maybe a little bit of a difficult pass, but she's very unselfish. But for us to really maximize our potential, she's got to be a scoring threat.
Again, the Lady Senators get it done, especially in that big second and third quarter run where they were able to put away the Lady Braves, who battled foul trouble throughout the night, and they pull away for the 59-41 victory. And, Coach, that brings us to Friday night. And Friday night, always a fun night of tournament play. You're down to that Final Four, and for you get a team in the Lady Hornets of Medora who enter with a bye. And really, in terms of wins and losses, not a lot to speak of. Just 2-16 on the year, and a pretty thin roster. And perhaps maybe the most eye-popping thing for people who check out their rosters, the fact they don't have a girl over 5'5".
Right, you're exactly right. But, it's like I told the girls, it's tournament time. Anything can happen. Everybody's talking about us playing on Saturday night. We have to go out and perform. And, my speech to them has been, it's about us. We want to continue to play well, stay positive, and then, go into Saturday night feeling good about ourselves, because I've seen us, play real bad. And, Mitchell game comes to mind. We had 35 turnovers against them, a team that we should not have lost to, but that happened. Shoals, we played the first half, I think maybe it was a 10-point game. Orleans, we was tied at the half. And, we have got to get to that next level, we have got to worry about ourselves and not who we're playing. You know, just go out and play. And that's the key tonight is we're going to come out and do what we need to do. And main thing is I want to see effort, I want to see intensity, and build upon what we did Tuesday night and carry that over into Saturday.
And Coach, you just hit on what was going to be my next point. You know, when you look back at the two meetings last year, both in the regular season and in the tournament, you know, that first meeting last year was a 95-29 win. And then, of course, you were able to take care of business by 42 in the sectional meeting, setting you up with that matchup with Borden. So you're looking at a team that you beat by an average margin of 54. How do you avoid that trap and that letdown heading into possibly a big showdown on Saturday night?
Because of what we're playing for. I mean, that's the main thing. To have the opportunity to play for and possibly, hopefully, win first sectional championship since 1999. I mean, that in itself is motivation for these kids. You know, these girls have watched the boys basketball team's success last year, been there to cheer them on. They've been to the football sectionals, you know, their championships, the softball championships. It's their time, and they understand that. This is about them, and I know that these girls really want this and believe that they can do it. So I will be shocked if we do not come out and play extremely well tonight.
And Coach, I know one number that a lot of coaches pay attention to is that assist-to-turnover ratio, and right now probably not where you would like for it to be, about a -5 differential for you. So how do you come out and get into a groove offensively and settle in and maybe work on some things to clean those areas up heading into possibly a showdown on Saturday?
Well, and that's what we talked about before we left school tonight is, you know, do the things that we've been doing. Don't you know, make passes that you know you're not going to be able to make tomorrow night or whenever. Don't do things that are not going to benefit us, you know, tomorrow or the next game. And, you know, just stay focused on what we're doing. And, you know, people may end up thinking I'm crazy if I'm on the girls, but tonight, and we're up 40, but it's important that we stay focused and stay zeroed in on what we need to do.
Exactly, Coach, because they've got a couple of girls that average right at or near double figures. Just talk to us a little bit about how you slow down their key threats defensively.
Well, I think you said it. I mean, they've only got 6 girls, and, you know, we're going to speed them up. I mean, that's what we do, and that's how we're going to play. So, you know, we're going to get them up and down the floor, hopefully, and, you know, put pressure on them and hopefully not allow them to get comfortable. Defensively, they're going to set in a 2-3 zone majority of the time. And I told our team, we are not settling for the first 3-point shot we get. You know, we want to move the ball. We want to get it inside. You know, don't force it. And then if you're open on 3 on ball reversals or it goes inside out, yeah, we're ready to take those. But we're not coming down one pass firing up 3s.
And that was some of my conversation prior to the tip here tonight with Lady Senator head coach, Mr. Darren Russell. Let's quickly look to our keys to victory tonight, brought to you by John Jones GM City. First and foremost, for the Lady Senators, it's going to have to be, I believe, send an early message. But how do you do that? You do that without forcing things early against maybe an undersized and undermanned team in Medora. Also, pounding the post. We talked about that in the open, Coach. Getting some good, solid looks in the paint, not settling quickly, like Coach said, for that first 3 that you see. And then, to borrow the football adage, a little A&E here tonight. Bring that little bit of attitude. Most of the Crothersville fan base is cleared out of here, but send that message with attitude, with hustle, heart, and effort here tonight.
Yeah, I think you come out immediately right out of the gates and, you know, you demonstrate that attitude and effort, and you work hard, you try to do everything correctly. You know, I think the thing we need to do tonight is really set a tone of moving the basketball. You know, look for reversals, seeing the next pass, knowing where the next pass is, and, you know, in doing that speeds up your tempo, that gets your pace, gets you in rhythm, and something that we've got to do for 32 minutes tonight. If we're going to win a sectional title, we've got to do it for 32 minutes tomorrow night.
We're just about ready for the starting lineups. Let's quickly take a break here from a sponsor, and we'll come back and have the John Jones lineup for you right after this.
minute you walk into Meadowview Health and Rehabilitation. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Meadowview, visit ascseniorcare.com or call 812-883-4681. That's 812-883-4681.
We come to the doghouse here at Orleans Junior Senior High School as we get you ready for tonight's opening tip in semifinal number 2. By the way, semifinal number 1 goes to the Lady Tigers of Crothersville as they again handle their end of the deal to set up a championship meeting possibly with the Lady Senators tomorrow night. Crothersville gets it done 54-41 over the host Lady Dogs and Coach Jared Gilbert's crew here in that first game tonight. Let's meet tonight's starters, brought to you by John Jones GM City. Check them out at 1450 South State Road 60 in Salem. John Jones GM City. You see so many because they pay so little. First for the Lady Hornets of Medora, 2-16 on the year. Coach Brad McCammon, 73-203 in his 13th season at the helm of the Lady Hornets program. This team averages just a shade under 26 a game, and they give up a whopping 58.5 per contest. He will start at 2-guard set. Number 2, Lily Hatfield, 5'2" and a junior, will start at 1 guard. She averages 8.5 points and 3.5 rebounds per game, along with number 14, Kaylin Flynn, 5'4" and a sophomore, at 10.2 points per outing. She's also one of the team's leading rebounders at nearly 5.5 per game. Number 22, Taylor Hunter, 5'5" and a sophomore, starts at the 3 spot. She averages just over 1 point per game and 4.5 rebounds. The other forward, number 13, Lexi Morris, 5'4" and a junior, 2.7 points per game and 4.5 rebounds per contest. And number 32, Kelsey Turner, she's a 5'5" freshman that starts in the middle for the Lady Hornets. She averages 2.2 per game and leads the team in rebounding at 7.6 per outing. For the Lady Senators and Coach Darren Russell, now 15-10 on the year. They average 58.1 and give up 53.1. Their last outing, that 59-41 win over Borden on Tuesday night. They will start the same lineup. 1, Hattie Griffiths, a 5'5" sophomore at nearly 6 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. 3, Ryan Russell starts at the 2 guard. She's a 5'7" freshman at 7.5 points, 2 boards per contest. Maddie Bausman, number 2, starts at the 3 spot. She plays that wing, 5'9" and a sophomore at 6.5 points, 5.5 boards per contest. Number 12, Cora Miller, starts on 1 block, 5'9" and a junior at 10.5 points and 6.5 boards per game. And 40, Ryanna Watson, 5'8" and a senior, starts in the middle at 15.5 points, 8 rebounds per contest for the Lady Senators. Lady Senators in the home white threads, trimmed in red and blue letters and numerals tonight. Medora in the road reds, trimmed in white and gray with white letters and numerals, as the Lady Hornets will start things off with the basketball, but they give it up on possession number 1, a little miscommunication on their part. Lady Senators open things up tonight on your WSLM dial, moving here in the doghouse from right to left. They'll face a 2-3 zone. And as Coach Russell had predicted, Maddie passes up a 3, feeds high post to Watson, kicks out to Russell, who also passes up maybe a contested shot. Now Griffiths works the dribble, in traffic, kicks out. Miller's not shy. She'll let it fly, in and out, no good. Rebound comes off to Watson. She overpowers the defenders in the paint to come up with the offensive board, and she'll be hacked across the arm on her way up. Tonight's Indiana High School Athletic Association officials, Mr. Jeff Hedges, Tony Schwab, and Mike Thompson. For Senator fans listening at home or viewing on live stream tonight, Mr. Tony Schwab and Mike Thompson, 2 of the officials that we had within the past week or so with the boys. Ryanna Watson short on that first attempt. Second one is up and good. So the Lady Senators on the board first here tonight. They've got an early 1-0 lead. They'll apply some full court pressure and force second turnover already. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. A good start for the Lady Senators defensively here tonight.
Yeah, just active hands and getting in passing lanes and, not giving them a clear look at those passing lanes.
They'll come out and apply a little pressure to the wing. Maddie gets it from Hattie. Skips it cross court to Russell. Russell back out to Griffiths, who dribbles in. Gives it off to Maddie, and she'll dribble out of trouble. Goes high post, kicks cross court to Miller. Back out to Watson, and she'll slow it out. And the Senators will reset again. Kicks cross court, Russell to Griffiths. Griffiths stops, forces one up. It won't go off the glass, but Rihanna Watson already with 2 offensive boards. She kicks cross court to Miller. She'll fly another 3 and got it to go. First 3 of the night for the Lady Senators comes from one of their bigs, Cora Miller. Make it a 4-0 game, and then a steal. A missed shot opportunity for the Lady Senators off that turnover. Russell got the offensive board. Maddie then comes out with a second chance opportunity. Nearly a minute and a half gone by in this opening period of play. Misty Jones alongside of Philip Bausman. Craig Akers joining us tonight on stats and with a live stream feed. Underneath, nice feed from Watson to Miller. They kick it out and give it to Russell. Deep 3, won't go, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for there to fight for it was Taylor Hunter, the sophomore from Medora. And on the alternating possession, arrow in favor of the Lady Senators, so we'll keep it at that end. It's 6:23 here in this first quarter of play. Lady Senators already up 4-0. In the post, Miller can't handle it. Lady Senators turned over for the first time tonight into the front court is Kaylin Flynn, who tries to feed to Hatfield. Turnover number 4 already for the Lady Hornets into the other end. They're going to get Hattie for a palming violation on a little carry. 2 turnovers already for the Lady Senators.
Yeah, those are 2 silly turnovers. Cora probably should have went up with that last one, and that's something we have got to eliminate, those turnovers that we create ourselves.
Noticed in that first game, Coach, especially tomorrow night if they meet this Lady Tigers team from Crothersville, because they were not shy about getting after the Lady Dogs full court with their pressure. Shot missed underneath. Watson, though, slaps it right out of the hands. Taylor Hunter tried to feed down low. Ball tipped away. That's already 5 giveaways now for the Lady Hornets. They've only made it across the 10-second line twice here tonight. Underneath, Maddie, she'll fire it in. Kicks it out to Miller at 16 feet straight away. Ball goes to Watson, who kicked out to Griffiths. Nowhere to go. Gives it back to Miller. She'll fire another one. In and out, no good. Rebound off to Watson, who's already crashing the offensive boards and making short work of this shorter lineup for Medora. Russell forced one in the paint, went to the hardwood, got back up off the miss. Lady Senators with yet another offensive board. They'll skip it cross court again, back out to the front to Griffiths, high post to Watson. Little 10-foot jumper won't go. Rebound off once more to Taylor Hunter. And then with a steal, Russell able to poke it away. Turnover number 6 for the Lady Hornets. And it is Russell who will go to the free throw line, the 5'7" freshman. Again, Russell averages 7.5 per game. She's 56 of 83 on the year for 67% from the charity stripe. First one is up. High arcing shot is good. So Ryan on the board in this first quarter of play. Make it a 5-0 start here for the Lady Senators. Russell looks for the second one. 5:29 to go in this first quarter. Make it a 6-0 game in favor of the girls in the white threads. The Lady Senators getting out to a quick start. Hatfield with it in the backcourt, had it poked away. Long arms of Maddie Bausman able to swat that over the head pass down. So the Lady Hornets will reset. Coach Russell says, hey, let's come back and kind of settle here into a little 1-3-1 and extend it 3/4 court. Maddie wreaking havoc out on the top of that trap. They'll finally get into the front court. Careful of the reach there. Maddie able to poke it away, though. Turnover number 7. And she feeds it to the front court. Nice assist attempt to Watson. She can't finish. Miller can't finish. Miller gets a second offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Russell. She gets bumped. Forces one up. Can't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and we'll have a Lady Senator foul, I think, on the reach. Several missed opportunities, Coach, and that was one of the keys to victory, trying to get these easy shots to go around the basket.
Yeah, we're taking contested shots. If we'd just kick it out and make some extra passes, we'd be fine. But we're flying in there when they're waiting on us. We're taking too many contested shots around the rim. And a few of those probably are fouls tomorrow night. And I understand what they're doing. They don't want to get some tic-tac fouls on them early. But that's going to force us to try to do things right.
Ryan Russell was pegged for that last personal. She's already got two team fouls apiece. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. Lady Senators forced an 8th turnover on that last trip for Medora. It's a 30-second timeout for Coach Brad McCammon. And again, with that undermanned squad, you know, it kind of reminds me of the Hoosiers movie. Comes in with 6, and I even told Coach Russell when we had our chat in the locker room prior to the tip here tonight, I said, you know, it kind of reminds me of the situation where in the movie they say, hey, we've got 4 guys out there, Coach, and he says, don't worry about it, my team's on the floor. Hope it don't come to that for Medora tonight, but they're out there fighting and giving it their all here in this postseason matchup. Winner moves on to tomorrow night's championship tilt against the Lady Tigers of Crothersville. 4:50 and counting, first quarter. Out of the timeout by the Hornets. 6-0 Lady Senators in front. Skip pass across from Bousman to Russell. Her three way off the mark, no good. Maddie with another offensive board, but saves it in. Throws it away. Turnover number 3 for the Lady Senators. Good save attempt, though, off the offensive glass work by Maddie. She'll come back out and pressure out front as Flynn has it. Dribbles around left side, forces up a shot, and somehow got it to bank off the glass. So Kaylin Flynn with her first basket of the night. And that will end the 6-0 run to start the game. And the ball's poked away, and it'll stay with the Lady Senators. Chelsea Carter Van Cleve will check in. This dead ball opportunity, 5'4" and a junior, 7.8 per game for Coach Russell, as the freshman Ryan Russell will check out of the ball game and have a quick breather with those two personals. Maddie throws it into Griffiths, gets it from Carter Van Cleve. They get it to Miller. She turns, nice shot off the glass. Something we didn't see a lot of. Cora had 6 the other night. She's already got 5 in this opening period. Lady Senators force turnover number 9, and then they'll be whistled for another turnover as Griffiths gets whistled for the travel call. And that'll be 4 turnovers already against the Lady Senators. 4:04 to play first quarter from Orleans High School. Sectional 61 semifinal action here tonight. Flynn will walk it up for the Lady Hornets. Little 3-2 matchup zone. Hattie Maddie and Carter Van Cleve out on the wings, trying to force the issue here against these Medora ball handlers. Nice cut by Hatfield, who gave it up and then kicks it to the corner. Shot way off the mark, no good. Taken by, looks like Lexi Morris. And back to the other end, Carter Van Cleve on the kick out from Watson. Her three won't go. Rebound off to Watson, and she gets a basket at point blank range. Her first field goal of the night. Give her 3 overall, and it's 10-2. Lady Senators out in front by 8. Largest lead of the night for the Lady Senators to this point. Underneath, shot blocked. Taylor Hunter tried to get one to go around the basket. Offensive board for the Lady Hornets. Hatfield will force one up. She can't get it to go. Watson out with the rebound. She'll push in transition up the right side of the floor, looking to take it coast to coast. Tried to feed cross court. Probably when you get that deep, Coach, you might want to just jump stop or just take it full blast in there on your own.
Yeah, probably a shot attempt she should have taken, or a jump stop and reverse pivot and kick back to the trailers.
Maddie will inbound it. Little spread look around the perimeter. She gets it to Carter Van Cleve, and Chelsea will knock one down from outside from the left side corner. Give her her first 3 points of the night. Lady Senators now have opened up an 11-point advantage at 13-2. See substitutions, 2 more freshmen on the way for reinforcements for Coach Russell. Lady Hornets turn it over for the 10th time, right into the hands of Maddie, who had it poked away from behind. Good hustle getting back, as it was Lexi Morris trying to save the fast break opportunity for the Lady Senators, trying to halt it in its tracks, and she did. So we'll have substitutions. Griffiths and Miller out, and into the ball game will be K-squared Cassidy Keltner, a 5'11 freshman at nearly 2 points per game, as well as Taylor Fouch, 5'6 and a freshman at 2.5 per game. Watson in the paint, can't get it to go. Maddie with another offensive rebound. Kicks out to Carter Van Cleve, to Fouch, now to Keltner. Keltner jump stop, tried to feed back out, and we'll have a 3-second call. So already 5 turnovers here for the Lady Senators, half of the total for the Lady Hornets in this first period, with still 2:27 to go.
I mean, I like the idea. We're trying to get it inside, but it's causing us to be a little passive. We need to do things in rhythm and just play.
Out front with the basketball, Flynn has it, gives it off to Lily Hatfield. She's double teamed quickly by Fouch and Bousman, and we'll have a little hand check foul. Fouch turns and looks at Coach Russell and says, wait a second, what? She gets pegged for the personal, her first of the night, team foul number 3. Hatfield to trigger it in. She'll swing it cross court. Good look across to Mercedes Phillips into the ball game for the Lady Hornets. Nice offensive board work as well by Kelsey Turner, but she throws it away for the 11th time in the period. Nice feed underneath on the assist. Fouch with a little dime to Rihanna Watson, and she's got 5 now in this first quarter, and it's 15-2. Senators out in front. Another steal for Maddie, turnover number 12. Stat book filling up quickly, and Maddie goes coast to coast. She's on the board with her first 2, and make it a 17-2 ball game now in favor of the Lady Senators. Another gamble and a steal. This time it's Fouch, turnover number 13. Starting to sound like a broken record already in the opening period, and a nice feed underneath to Watson as she finishes with a little baby hook on the block. Give her 7 quickly now, and it's 19-2. Foot still on the gas for this Lady Senators club as they settle into their half-court man-to-man. Hatfield brings it right side of the floor, rather, in front of Coach Russell. Now reverses back to the left, tries to feed high post, and she does to Flynn. Flynn into the high post, has her pass deflected as Watson comes up with a great hustle and a steal. Turnover number 14 to the other end. Nice feed to Maddie, who missed the layup. Offensive rebound to Keltner. Keltner looked to force it, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Jeff Hedges says no shot. It'll be on the floor. Foul's going to go on number 5, Mercedes Phillips. That will be team foul number 3 for the Lady Hornets. Phillips picks up her first. Watson and Bousman will check out of the ball game. Griffiths and Miller back in. Carter Van Cleve, Cassidy Keltner, and Taylor Fouch joins. Fouch feeds inside to Miller, who couldn't finish around the rim. Another missed opportunity in the paint for the Lady Senators, although they're making that concerted effort to pound the post here early. Coming up on 40 seconds to play in this first quarter of action. Hatfield with it out front, works the dribble against Carter Van Cleve. They give it off now to Turner, who feeds it into the corner into no man's land as Phillips will dribble out of the trouble. She'll be picked up by Miller. High post feed now to Turner. Stops, nowhere to go. She'll be tied up and on the reach in. Keltner comes out with it, but will first have a jump ball. And it'll stay here with the Lady Hornets. 24.1 on the clock. 19-2. Lady Senators comfortably out in front in this first quarter of action. Ball triggered in. Pass from Morris. Goes in to Flynn. Her little jumper from 16 feet away won't go. Nice strong board by Cora Miller. Feeds it now to Fouch. Nice pass ahead on the little flip and toss to Griffiths. She misses the layup. Offensive rebound off to Keltner. It still won't go. Lady Senators continue to struggle there at the basket, finishing around the rim, and we'll have another foul. And this one will go on the Lady Senators on the rebound attempt. They'll tag Keltner for her first. Team foul number 4, and with 6.8. The Lady Hornets will inbound it. Gotta watch the clock here. Flynn gives it off to Hatfield. She knows she's got to go. She'll shoot a little runner from the free throw line. Keltner clears the defensive board, and that will do it for the first quarter of play. A strong presence felt here tonight by the Lady Senators as they jump out to the 19-2 advantage after the first quarter of action. Stick with us. We'll have more coverage of Sectional 61 in a moment here on WSLM. And then we'll come back with the second quarter of play right after this word from one of our sponsors.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Back out of the quarter break, Lady Senators lead it going into the second period, 19-2. Sizable advantage for the Lady Senators, Coach, and kind of just what we expected from the opening tip.
Yeah, I mean, we've jumped out on them. We're not shooting the ball great, but, you know, we're kind of overpassing a little, but, you know, getting the ball inside where we want.
2 offensive rebound opportunities there as Keltner and Fouch, the 2 freshmen, get 1 apiece, and Keltner able to finish on her second attempt. So Cassidy gets her first basket of the night for the Lady Senators. Now make it 21-2. Lady Senators on another nice scoring run here. Get a poke away and a steal, Coach. That's turnover number 15, and then Senator Faithful across the way will jump all over Mike Thompson and company as they whistle Carter Van Cleve for stepping on the sideline. That's the Lady Senators 6, but again, Coach, pretty good defense in that first quarter, forcing 14 in the turnover department.
Yeah, they've gotten passing lanes. One thing I'd like to see us do a little better job is we're kind of we're overrunning our closeouts, and we can't do that tomorrow night against Crothersville. They're definitely going to attack the rim and try to go to the basket and get some dribble drives. So we've got to be able to close out and sustain the dribble, the dribbler.
This is going to be turnover, believe it or not, number 16 already for the Lady Hornets. Coach Russell telling me they average around 29 a game. They're going to be well past that at this pace, as we had an offensive foul, player control on an illegal screen by Hatfield, which is her first of the night. Underneath, a nice feed as Miller's able to get the finish. We'll have a timeout on the floor. Be another 30-second timeout taken by Brad McCammon, but Miller, as I said earlier, off to a much better start. Her and Rye, 6 points apiece in the win on Tuesday night. It was more of a perimeter and shooters game on Tuesday, as the Lady Senators got several open looks from downtown, Coach, especially in that second quarter. But tonight, Miller already with 7, surpassing that Tuesday night total, and 7 for Rye as well.
Yeah, again, the emphasis has been to get it in the post, and there was a nice. Well, you talk high-low. That was kind of a low-high, but Rye or Cora was diving from the high post down, and Cassie made a good pass from the short corner.
Back to action we come. Lady Hornets out of the timeout. And Brad McCammon, we'll see what they can come up with on this trip against the Lady Senators man-to-man half-court defense. Keltner giving fits to Kaylin Flynn out front, doing a nice job of keeping that count on. Coach Russell wanted the 5 call, doesn't get it. Now it's Griffiths against Hatfield, forces turnover number 17. Fouch looks to go coast to coast, has to stop, gives it off to Miller. She had her shot blocked, but they'll peg the foul on Flynn. This will be team foul number 5 against the Lady Hornets. Nice hustle, though, again, by the Lady Hornets, trying to get back and stop something in transition.
Yeah, they did a nice job hustling back, and I'm telling you, tomorrow night, that first one on Taylor, that's a foul tomorrow night.
Yep.
But they're letting some of that stuff go, and that's fine. We just got to learn to play physical and keep our composure, and it was a good look back to Cora.
Cora to the free throw line again, already 7 points on the night, and the junior at 10.5 points a game. Shoots at just 61% from the charity stripe, 52 on the year thus far. Underneath, after the second miss, Fouch with the offensive board got fouled. Miller with an offensive rebound attempt. And then we'll have a good hustle there by a couple of different players in opposing jerseys. It'll be last touch, though, by the Lady Hornets. So we'll stay here. They'll go with that little universal spread look around the perimeter. They'll break Miller to the basket. Mr. Wide open instead. Fouch finds K squared. Cassidy Keltner, nice spin move off the glass. Keltner's got her second basket of the night. Give her 4, and it's now 25-2. Lady Senators continue this nice stretch offensively. Hatfield gets it out front. She's picked up by Fouch. She'll come out and continue to add the pressure. A little high ball screen by Flynn. Ball was poked away, partial block there on the shot attempt by Hatfield. Nice feed out front to Fouch, who's able to finish. And Fouch finally able to get a basket to go. Make it now 27-2 with 5:50 and counting to go here in this second quarter of play. Hatfield gets it into the paint, lost the handle. They get it off underneath to Turner, and she throws it away. Turnover number 18 to the other end. Nice pitch ahead to Griffiths, who had it poked away. Last touch by Griffiths, and that'll be turnover number 7 for the Lady Senators.
It's a good look by Chelsea. She's done a nice job passing the ball this tournament so far. I thought Tuesday night she did a nice job making the extra pass. So many times you think you've got the open shot, but there's one more better open shot, more open, if you'll just swing it one more time, and she did a nice job the other night doing that, and that was a good look for Hattie.
5'5" sophomore Taylor Hunter checks back in for Kelsey Turner. Just checked out after losing it on that last possession. Flynn will feed it on the low block, more of a short corner look to Hunter. Shot up, won't go for Flynn. Rebound comes off to Carter Van Cleve again. Another good outlet and pitch ahead to Griffiths, who runs the force. She misses another layup for the Lady Senators. And on a jump ball attempt, it was Miller and Hunter that were there fighting for it. And we're going to see a rare 5-for-5 exchange here early. Coach Russell going to let a lot of players get some action here tonight, try to keep the legs a little fresh, assuming they're able to punch their ticket. I don't want to take anything away from Medora. Still 5 minutes to go in this first half, but they're going to have to come up with something quick against this defense. Brianna Watson back in with Maddie Bausman, Ryan Russell, and 2 new players in that we haven't got to see yet tonight. Bailey Roll checks into the ball game, a 5'4" junior at 1.2 per game, as well as the other senior on this team, Courtney Knapp, 5'7", and a senior at nearly 1 point per contest. So a lot of players getting into the action here quick, Coach, and kind of following the recipe we all expected.
Yeah, I think it's, it's nice to get all these girls in and, keep our legs fresh and get a lot of playing time.
Maddie gets the foul on the other end, but then comes up with the turnover and bucket in transition as Maddie has her 4th point of the night. Good finisher on the rim. Lady Senators struggling to get a lot of good open looks at the basket at point-blank range, but she gets that layup to fall. Shot off the glass won't go for Flynn. And this Lady Hornets team continues to struggle as Russell and company back in action now. It was Roll who come up with the rebound, gave it to Knapp and got it back and into the front court. We'll have a foul on Hatfield. That'll be her 2nd, team foul number 6 already for the Lady Hornets. Good news for them though, Coach. They're evenly distributing those fouls here. Nobody in a serious threat other than Hatfield with those 2.
Yeah, and I know, these guys will do a good job officiating, and I know they don't want to. There's been a lot of fouls they've not called.
Sure.
And there's a reason for that. They don't want to foul anybody out, and they want to try to play this game 5-on-5 all night. So
back to a 2-3 zone for the Lady Hornets on the closeout. Phillips tried to stop Russell. She hits a little teardrop floater, Steve Nash style though, from about 8 feet away at the basket. And Russell has her first field goal of the night. She's got 4 in all with a couple of free throws made, make it 31-2. Lady Senators out on top. 3 ball for Flynn. Long 3. Just grazes the front end of the iron just short. Maddie's going to come out of there with it. She'll bring it up herself as she crosses the timeline. Nice crossover against Phillips. Kicks it to the corner. Russell, pump fake. She'll take another little floater. Count it and 1. Great basket. Carbon copy of what we were able to see the last trip down, Coach. She just took it from that wing. Great maturity on her part. She had a 3 she could have taken, went for the more high percentage shot.
That was a nice take, and, going in like that, that's a 50-50 call if they're going to call that foul tonight, but she got to foul, and we did lane violation, but would have been the old traditional 3-point play.
She had it, but we're going to mark it off of the books. Will not go for the Lady Senators. We had a lane violation, so 33-22 is where we stand. Lady Senators on a nice little run. In fact, a 27-0 run and over and back. Coach Russell wanted Maddie to go get it, pick it up, and scoop and score. Sounds like something that the football sideline might have yelled on a given Friday night to scoop and score as the Lady Hornets turn it over now for the 20th time in the half. Lady Senators will reset it. Maddie skips it across, doesn't waste any time. She'll go to the freshman Russell. 3 ball on the way is good. And Russell's got her first triple of the night. Give her 9 now in the ball game, and it's 36-2. Lady Senators open on a 6-0 run before the Lady Hornets got their first basket. But since then, the Lady Senators have reeled off 30 straight points in dominating fashion here. And they have blew the bottom out of this game already. 2:45 and counting here in this first half of play. Lady Senators bringing that A&E we talked about, using that football adage that we spoke of in the pregame. Nice hustle by Bailey Roll as she comes up with the defensive board, tracks it to the far corner in front of Senator Faithful, and that cheer block across the way. And she'll be hit across the arm. This will be team foul number 7, whistled against the Lady Hornets. This will be the second personal whistled, or excuse me, third whistled against Kelsey Turner. And another correction, that is actually team foul number 8. 2:34 to go before the half. Bailey Roll steps to the free throw line. Just 16 attempts on the air. She's hit 10 of them for 62%. Makes good on this rare free throw opportunity as she cashes in her first point of the night. 37-2, make it 38-2 as Roll hits them both. Now a 32-0 run for this Lady Senator team. Maddie and company settle back in. A little defensive stance there. Now they're kind of not really back off the Dogs, but you don't see them up in the face of these Lady Hornets like you maybe did in that first 8 minutes of play. Just going to move their feet and shift with a little bit of a matchup here. Nice drop on the backside, rotating over as Phillips tries to get out of trouble. She was working against Maddie and Roll there on the corner. Bailey and Maddie wasting no time offering a trap whenever that offensive player turns their back. Under 2 minutes to go now before the half. Underneath, let a shot go. And Hatfield wasn't able to finish. Nice offensive rebound, and Hatfield will get another shot. This one won't go either, and a third offensive attempt here maybe for the Lady Hornets. They come up with another offensive board. Underneath, they feed Lexi Morris. She can't get it to go, and then Rihanna Watson has it. She can't hold on, as we'll see more subs. Fouch and Keltner back into the ball game. Coach Russell will insert them back into the lineup along with 5'11" sophomore Lily Phipps. Just over a half point per game. Watson and Russell will check out, as well as Cora Miller. A lot of fresh faces in. And a 3 ball for Flynn will go. She's got all 5 of the Lady Hornets points. And Coach, that ends the 32-0 run for the Lady Senators, but it was good while it lasted.
Yeah, it was a nice little run, and you know, defensively, we kind of backed off there and got out of some. We were in passing lanes, but not as aggressive, and she came off screen, had a nice shot.
Lady Senators with it in the front court. Roll, Knapp, Phipps, Fouch, and Keltner in right now for the Lady Senators. Keltner, she shows the range from the short corner right side, knocks down the 15-foot jumper. And K squared now with 6 on the night. Make it 40-5. Kicking it across to Hatfield was Phillips. Hatfield can't get the jumper to go. Nice offensive board work, though, for Lexi Morris and the Lady Hornets. Flynn thought about another 3. Gives it off now to Hatfield. Little runner will go. Nice shot off the glass. Hatfield says, Russell, you've got a little runner like Steve Nash, and so do I. Uses the window. Gets her first basket of the night. Make it now 42-7. Haven't put their points on the board yet. Roll with a little floater. She can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, though. Back up and in by Keltner. Keltner now with 8 all in this quarter. Make it 42-7. As they finally get Medora's last shot on the board. Scorekeeper may have fell asleep after they went so long without getting a basket, Coach.
Yeah, it was, I mean, a couple girls, you know, get in the book there, and that was a nice little runner earlier by Hatfield.
Hatfield misses one on this last trip. Gives it to the Lady Senators with 5 seconds to go. Roll hit a 3 from the top of the key. Bailey Roll cashes in from downtown, and the Lady Senators will see this first half come to an end on that 3-point make. She gets some words of encouragement and some high fives from some teammates. 45-7 is your score here at the halftime break. We'll step aside, we'll start crunching some numbers, and we'll come back to begin our Lady Senator halftime report, brought to you by the fine folks at Eddie Gilstrap Motors, just south of the square in Salem. Stick with us tonight. You're listening to coverage of the 42nd annual IHSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament, presented by the Indiana Pacers and Indiana Fever, here on your leader for Southern Indiana sports coverage, WSLM 1220 AM, 97.9 FM, and also streaming tonight on live stream, WW Senator Radio at Facebook and Twitter. We'll come back with our halftime report right after this.
Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Head on down to Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem and get your new or used Ford, Ram, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep. Stop in the new office at 207 South Main Street right here in Salem for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. See Steve, Travis, or Neil and give them an idea of what you're looking for. Whether it's new or used, the guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will work hard to put you in the ride of your life. Check out the new Ford and Ram trucks as well as their new crossovers and SUVs. Or if new is not in your budget, the No Pressure guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will help you find a certified pre-owned vehicle. Stop in today at Eddie Gilstrap Motors for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. Call today at 812-883-3481 or check them out online at EddieGilstrapMotors.com. Don't forget the body shop and come see the all-new Detail Center and speak to Brian Fisher about what he can do for all your detailing needs.
Back to begin our halftime activities here at the Doghouse in Orleans. Lady Senators out comfortably with a 45-7 lead here at the halftime break over the Lady Hornets of Medora. Let's run down the scoring for both of these clubs. First for the Lady Hornets, they get 2 girls into the scoring column with 5 of those 7 points coming in that second period. Lily Hatfield gets her first basket of the game off that little runner that she banked home off the left side drive for her lone 2 points of the half. Kaylin Flynn has the other 5 for the Lady Hornets here at the intermission. Lady Hornets do not attempt a single free throw in that first half of action, but they give it away 20 times, including 14 in that first quarter of play when the Lady Senators come out and kind of jumped all over them early with some good pressure defense. For the Lady Senators, on the other hand, they get a number of girls into the scoring column in that first half of play, with 4 of the 5 starters able to tally. Hattie Griffith's the only one to not score who started in this contest. Ryan Russell has 9 at the half, including 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. She had that other free throw, though, wiped off the board on the lane violation. Maddie Bausman has 4, a 2-point basket in each quarter. To this point, Cora Miller with 7 already on the night, surpassing her total from Tuesday, but she's 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. Rihanna Watson with 7 points, all in that first period of play, doing some nice offensive glass work. 3 buckets to her credit, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Chelsea Carter Van Cleve, Cassidy Keltner, Taylor Fouch, Courtney Knapp, and Bailey Roll all play in the first half of action as Coach Russell goes deep into the bench and reserves to keep those fresh legs for some of the girls who play a bulk of the minutes. Carter Van Cleve comes in and knocks down a 3 for her lone points of the first half. Cassidy Keltner getting a variety of scoring opportunities as she has 8 all in that second period of play. Taylor Fouch with 2 points and Bailey Roll with 5 off the bench, including that triple to end the first half of play. She was also 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Courtney Knapp, the other player to get in this first half, and was unable to tally along with Hattie Griffiths. Lady Senators 5 of 8 from the free throw line in that first half for 62%. And Coach, just what you want to see, a low number of turnovers, just 7 with 5 of those coming in that first period, with both teams at times got maybe a little bit sloppy, but the Lady Senators doing a pretty good job of taking care of the rock, and that results in them leading at 45-7 after the first quarter. It was 19-2. Lady Senators opened the game on a little 6-0 run before Kaylin Flynn hit the first basket of the night for the Lady Hornets rather. The Lady Senators then go on a nice little spread of their own. How about a 32-0 run going in to that second quarter and stretching for a bulk of the minutes into that second period of play before the Lady Hornets are able to stop the bleeding on a 3-pointer by Flynn, followed up by that 2-point field goal by Hatfield. But they outscored the Lady Hornets 26-5 in the second period, and that brings us to our 45-7 call here at the half. We'll step aside. We'll get another sponsor in, hear another word from one of them, and then we'll come back and let Coach Bausman run down the first half numbers as far as shooting and rebounding is concerned here on our Lady Senator halftime report, brought to you by Eddie Gilstrap Motors, just south of the square in Salem. We'll come back with that right after this.
sit on the patio and watch the birds.
Cynthia wanted to attract a wider variety of birds. We talked about which types are native to our area, and I pointed out the feed, seeds, and feeders that would work best.
ACE is the place when you want to follow nature's tweets. Hashtag sparrows and warblers.
During February, buy 2 bags of Ace Wild Bird Food at $9.99 each and get another bag free. View current Red Hot buys at facebook.com/Ace Hardware of Salem.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Lady Senators make their way back out onto the court here for their second half warm-ups. Coach, you got the first half numbers as far as shooting and rebounds are concerned.
Yeah, for the Senators, we are 14 of 33 inside the arc at 42%, 4 of 9 beyond the arc at 44%. Overall shooting is 18 of 42 at 42%. For the Medora Hornets, they are 2 of 14 inside the arc at 14%, 1 for 3 beyond the arc, 33%, overall 3 of 17 at 17%. Rebounds offensively, the Senators, we have 17 offensive rebounds, 10 defensive for a total of 27. The Hornets have 5 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds for a total of 11. Something that really stands out is the 15-0 on steals, with us having 15 of those steals. Turnovers, Hornets have 18 to our 7.
Good first half for the Lady Senators. Again, they lead it comfortably here, 45-7 at the half. We'll step aside, take a break here from another sponsor, and we'll come back to begin third quarter play right after this.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Third quarter now underway. Lady Senators open up the third quarter. Coach will hope with that big lead they can keep the eye of the tiger, an eye on the prize, a trip to the championship game tomorrow night. As Russell tries to get things going with a 3 ball, it won't go. Underneath, offensive rebound and put back by Maddie wouldn't go right. Anna Watson will get it for a third time, and she's able to finish, make it now 47-7, as Watson now has 9 on the night. Good start for the Lady Senators out of the break. 3 shot opportunities and a finish around the rim.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, attacking the boards and then grabbing, being able to finish and put it in.
Nice steal by Maddie. She feeds to Rye in the front court. She'll wrap it around to Griffiths, who tried to save it in. Miller will have to hustle after it. Turnover number 21 for the Lady Hornets. They had 20 in that first 16 minutes of play. Lady Senators up by 40 right now. Watson, nice feed on. There's your high-low, Coach, as she found Cora on that short corner behind the left block, and Miller's able to get the short jumper to go. So Miller keeping pace with her teammate and buddy down low, Watson, as they have 9 apiece. Watson able to collapse on the entry pass in the post. She comes up with the steal. She'll look to go coast to coast. Nice flip over to Maddie. Unselfish basketball by the Lady Senators on the break. Maddie's got 6. She's got her first basket of the second half, and it's 51-7. Lady Senators out in front. Still continue to spend some energy out there pressuring these guards. They're not going to give up anything easy, and that's the mentality, though, Coach, you got to have. Sometimes people think you're running up the score. Lady Senators definitely not doing that here. Sometimes it's just a matter of overmatching an opponent, but you also, as a coach, have an obligation, I think, and this is what people sometimes don't realize, and coaches maybe catch a little flack for. You've got to keep that mentality. You got to keep that pedal down to the floorboard, especially when you're in the tournament. You want to keep that killer instinct alive. Nice pass underneath. Miller misses the shot, gets her own rebound, gets a second offensive rebound. Third putback won't go, but she'll go to the free throw line. Good work by Cora, but to our point a while ago, got to keep that gas full throttle.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you're not trying to humiliate another team or anything, but at this point in the year, during the tournament time, you've got to think of yourself, and you've got to keep it on the gas and play at a high level, and because you cannot tomorrow night come in here and expect to just flip a switch and turn it on. You've got to turn it on tonight and keep it on.
Miller missed the first and the second. She's now 0 for 4 on the night from the charity stripe. Till she's a little frustrated with herself. Coach Russell will talk to her. She'll kind of smile and wave it off. Cora pretty quiet on the ball floor, about like she is in the classroom. Former student of mine, a good kid, good athlete, and doing some good work tonight in the paint for the Lady Senators. She's struggling a little bit from the free throw line as we get a foul. Both teams open up with a personal here in this second half. That last foul went against the Lady Senators, and then Hattie able to reach in, tie up the Lady Hornets, but it will stay at Medora's end of the floor on the alternating possession with 5:31 to go here in the third. Little scramble on the breakout for the inbounds play. A nice feed out to Kaylin Flynn, the 5'4" sophomore. Coach, she's got 8 of the team's 10. Lady Hornets into double figures. 51-10 your score. Russell will force the issue as she drives it into the paint. Takes contact, throws one up, can't get it to go. We'll have a foul on Lexi Morris, though, of the Lady Hornets, and that'll be the second personal whistled against Medora here in this third quarter of play. Russell back to the free throw line on the year. Again, she's about a 67% free throw shooter. This is really her 4th attempt, coming up number 5. Her 3rd attempt she made in that first half, but got waved off because of the lane violation. She knocks both of them down here with no violation, and now she's into double figures with 11, well over her 7.5 point per game average. 53-10. Lady Hornets have it underneath, was tied up for a moment. Now they will be tied up before Russell just rips it out of there. Turnover number 23, feeds ahead to Watson. She finishes off the glass. Rihanna now into double figures as well. She's got 4 in the quarter, 11 in the ball game. And we'll have a stoppage of play. Not sure, Coach.
Net.
Oh, they're going to fix the net.
Tony doesn't want to jump up there and grab it.
Tony Schwab able to get the net untangled. Mike Thompson will wait at the other end. He'll hand it off to Lily Hatfield as she'll inbound the ball. 4:57 and counting now to go in this third quarter. 55-10. Lady Senators well out in front. They'll take on a Lady Tigers team tomorrow night that won their first game of the night. Hattie gets driven into the tunnel area by Hatfield, who picks up her 3rd personal. But again, Crothersville, that first game of the night in semifinal number 1, taking down the Lady Dogs 54-41, a little more tightly contested ball game than this one. As Maddie Bousman goes to the free throw line. First one up and good, Coach. Good bend to the knees there, good follow through, good rotation. She rattles it home, a 62% shooter on the year. Maddie looking for point number 4 in the period, and she gets both of them to go, so a perfect 2 of 2. Maddie now with 8 points in the ball game, and it's 57-10.
Her brother thinks she goes too fast on her free throws.
Her brother thinks what?
She goes too fast on her free throws.
I bet they have some good conversations with one another, maybe not necessarily critiquing each other's game, just offering some savory advice to one another, as brother and sister might do.
It's critiquing. And it's good competition and who does what.
Yeah, I can hear some of those conversations and have been available to hear some of those conversations. And But you won't find a brother and sister, though, that's more supportive of one another than these two. And I'm sure that next year when Holden becomes a freshman and he's playing on Friday nights, Tuesday nights, Saturday nights, Maddie will be right there to cheer him on as the Lady Senators get another steal into the other end. Watson another layup. She now has 13 in the game. We're going to see another wholesale exchange, 5 for 5 for the Lady Senators on the next dead ball as Bailey Roll about knocked Coach Clemens off the end of the bench.
I think he about fell out. He was a little close to the edge, and luckily Bailey was there to push him back on.
A little good humor here, a little funny moment that would have been yes, that would have been excellent entertainment on the night if Coach Clemens would have bit the dust off the end of that chair. As we'll see that wholesale substitution, Watson, Russell, let's see, Griffiths, Miller, and Bousman all out of the ball game, and those 5 that played well in the first half, Carter Van Cleve, Fouch, Keltner, Roll, and Knapp into the ball game for Darren Russell. Lady Hornets also sneak in a substitution. Hatfield in there with Phillips back into the ball game. 3:36 and counting, 59-10. Lady Senators out in front. 14, Flynn able to take another 3-point shot that just won't go. Just not a lot of looks here tonight for the Lady Hornets. It seems like when they get some open looks, just can't get anything to fall, although Flynn does have 8 of the team's 10. Nice little jumper from the left side. There's one that was contested. And Hatfield able to get it to go. She's got 4. Make it now 59-12. Underneath, Roll kicks it out. Nice feed from Keltner out to Carter Van Cleef. She can't find the mark from the 3-point line on that left wing. And Hatfield will come out there with it. 59-12. Lady Hornets looking to string some baskets together here in this third period of play. Hatfield thought about another long jumper, took it into trouble, and it was Keltner who was waiting there to swat it away underneath. Nice feed, and the Lady Senators give up almost a second offensive rebound as they're able to tie up Kelsey Turner, and on the alternating possession, Lady Senators will have it. Got to be careful in a game like this too, Coach, knowing what lies ahead tomorrow night and the opportunity in front of them. You don't want this to become a game, as a lot of these typically do, where it gets sloppy and you have a lot of careless play that might bleed over into tomorrow night. Nice take by Carter Van Cleve. She gets into the paint, hits a tough little shot at the rim. Give her 5 on the night.
Yeah, you don't want an injury, or, when Maddie came down her fast break, I kind of hesitated a little because the way the girl was tracking her. I could tell she was probably going to foul her. You just hope she doesn't, do something even accidentally and take somebody out. So just got to be cautious of that.
Another shot for Flynn. This one won't go from the right side, but good offensive board work again as Hunter's able to come down with it, kicks it to Hatfield, and she'll be fouled on the little runner. She gets into the high post. Foul's going to go on number 20, Taylor Fouch. That'll be her second. Team foul number 2 of the half. Minute 49 to play here in the third quarter. 61-12. And the Lady Hornets to the line, a team that shoots it at just 47%, Coach. Hatfield at 52%, one of the better free throw shooters on this team. It's the first one, second one up is good. She's got 5 now on the night. Her and Flynn taking the reins offensively, as you might expect. The 2 leading scorers on this team at 10 and 8 respectively. Fouch missed a shot off to Keltner. Her offensive rebound kick out goes to Roll, who goes into the traffic, and she is tied up. Jump ball, it will go to the Lady Hornets. Hey, there's no subbing out here. He's got to stay for the full deal. Flynn takes the inbounds pass from Hatfield, and she'll walk it into the front court. Lady Senators staying in that matchup 3-2 zone, Coach, as Hatfield works the dribble on the left side. Maybe got away with a little carry there, but gives it off to Flynn. Tried to feed one out. Woo! That was a fastball that Phillips was not ready for, as they tried to kick it out to her on the wing. Little pass ball action there, a little baseball reference as it goes as the 5th turnover of the quarter. Now 25 in the game for the Lady Hornets as they zero in on that 29 turnover per game average. Carter Van Cleve with it, left wing. She'll take a long jumper inside the arc, won't go, got her own rebound, put it back up, left it short. Rebound comes off to the Lady Hornets, who lose it out of bounds. never really had control. So the Lady Senators will have it underneath of their own basket. Good following here again tonight. Actually not so sure that our crowd's as big as what it was against Borden on Tuesday. It looks a little thinner. Some of our people starting to spread out, maybe getting a little air here as most of the gyms emptied out. But I'm sure tomorrow night you'll see Camelsburg, Livonia, Fredericksburg, Hardsburg. Every place will be pretty empty, as most of them will be here in the doghouse to cheer on this Lady Senator team.
Yeah, we'll have us a good crowd tomorrow night.
Have a foul in transition as Roll brings it back down to the other end. This will go on Mercedes Phillips. This will be team foul number 4. Phillips' second personal foul. Thompson with the call. Carter Van Cleve gets it into Roll. She'll work the crossover now against Phillips. Look like a little 1-3-1 type of matchup junk defense. They throw it to Lady Senators. Shot off the mark. Courtney Knapp says, Coach, they got me on the wrist here a little bit. She'll share a laugh, and they'll go to the other end. 30 seconds to play here in the quarter. 61-13. Lady Senators out in front. Phillips has it out front, works it against Fouch. Bring it left side now on the wing to Hatfield. Went through the legs, but not by design as she bobbled the pass. Comes off to Phillips. And the ball trickles out of bounds. Got to find some humor here somewhere, guys. 13.3 left on the clock here in the period. 61-13. Hatfield triggers it in. Deep three from the corner won't go. In and out, no good for Morris. Rebound comes off to Knapp. Courtney Knapp will push in transition up the right side of the floor. Gives it off to Carter Van Cleve. Got to watch for time. They kick it across. Knapp to Roll. One too many passes. Roll probably could have took it herself. Tried to give it off to Fouch, and that's the way the third quarter is going to come to a close. Lady Senators 8 minutes from a championship date with the Lady Tigers of Crothersville. A matchup that most fans have been licking their chops to see since the draw came out a couple of weeks ago. 8 minutes from that happening. 61-13 after 3. We'll come back with fourth quarter action right after this. You're listening to Lady Senator basketball in the sectional 61 tournament here at the Doghouse on WSLM.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Back to begin the fourth quarter of play. Lady Senators open up with the basketball to begin the period. Carter Van Cleve can't get the shot to go from the left wing. 3-ball miss. Fight for it underneath, and it'll go to the Lady Hornets. 15 seconds into this fourth quarter of play. Lady Senators still rolling with that lineup of 5 that they ended the third period with. Carter Van Cleve, Roll, Fouch, Keltner, and Knapp. In the corner with it, Kelsey Turner. Nowhere to go yet, hasn't made a decision. Faces a little token pressure in the trap as Hatfield crosses over against Roll. Gets into the paint, and a nice swat. Almost out to half court by Keltner. It leads to a fast break opportunity on the shot block. So give Keltner the assist off of the block. And it'll go to Fouch in the front court, who finishes with the layup. She's got 4. Whew. Oh, we've seen some blocks here by the girls this week, more vicious than maybe even some that we usually see out of a guy like Hunter Sanford.
Yeah, Cassidy, when she brings that swat, it's like she's
playing volleyball.
Got a kill in volleyball.
7:07 to go. Kelsey Turner will check out of the ball game for the Lady Hornets. So right now they're going to go with Flynn, Hatfield, Hunter, Morris, and Phillips. Again, 7 on the sectional roster. One of them hurt, so they're rolling with 6. Lady Hornets will have it again as they get it in to Mercedes Phillips. She'll bring it, work it between the circles now, gives it off left side to Hatfield. Hatfield, nice feed in the high post. but unable to handle the pass was Morris. Leads to a fast break opportunity. Carter Van Cleve. Woo. Another shot into the tunnel area. She hit the deck, and Coach, kind of dangerous here because this floor is always just kind of lend itself to those kind of situations with that concrete perimeter here at the doghouse. Afraid of somebody taking a shot on the hip or a deep bruise that you don't want to have to be battling tomorrow when you wake up on Championship Saturday. Carter Van Cleve can't finish off of the foul, but she goes to the free throw line and soaks the first.
Yeah, that concrete and then that metal frame's not fun to land on either around the end of the court or the edge of it.
Carter Van Cleve missed the second. Lady Senators fight for the offensive rebound, and they will get it off of the exchange here on the jump ball opportunity. Lily Phipps will check into the ball game, as well as Allie Brown in for the first time tonight, a 5'3" junior for Coach Russell. So everybody who is dressed into the action here tonight. Zoe Wallace at the end of the bench, a member of this team, but did not dress for the tournament. Lily fighting down low on the block. Brown goes back to Fouch. Fouch, short corner jumper, right side. It won't go. Good hustle by Roll to harass the rebounder. That was Taylor Hunter for the Lady Hornets. Back in transition. Hatfield goes left side. Little dribble handoff to Kaylin Flynn. Back to Hatfield. She'll let a three fly, and a nice looking shot for Hatfield. She's got 6 now alone in this half. Give her 8 for the ball game, and it's 64-16. Ball poked away, out of bounds. Lady Senators will reset. It's Allie Brown, Bailey Roll, Taylor Fouch out there with Lily Phipps and Courtney Knapp for Coach Russell and company. Nearly 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Fouch, high post feed to Knapp. Ooh, may have got away with the travel. She thought about shooting. Maybe she didn't get off the toes like I thought she did underneath. Nice take by Roll. She gets to the rim. She'll be hacked across the arm. Mike Thompson with the call here. Let's see who they peg for this one. It's going to go on 22, Taylor Hunter. It's going to be team foul number 6 on the Lady Hornets. And for Taylor Hunter, that'll be her 3rd personal. Clock stop with 6 minutes even to play in regulation. As Roll misses the first. She hit her first 2 there in the second quarter, Coach. That one just a little long. Second one up, much better. Good rotation for Roll. She's now 3 of 4 on the night. Give her 6 in the ball game. Good balanced scoring here by the Lady Senators tonight. Plenty to go around. 65-16. Lady Senators out in front now. A little dribble handoff between Mercedes Phillips and Kaylin Flynn, and Hatfield again starting to heat up from downtown. Back-to-back triples for her. She now has 11 in the ball game. Good looking shot though for Hatfield. Got a good stroke from outside. 65-19. Lady Senators had it poked away. It'll stay on this end. A little spread look again. They'll roll, Bailey Roll to the wing. She gets it. Had her shot blocked. Good defensive attack at the rim by the Lady Hornets. In transition, they feed Hatfield. She goes in, shoots a little runner. Maybe forced that one. Had it partially blocked. Comes down to Knapp, who clears the defensive board off the Roll, who'll bring it across the timeline. Little dribble weave as she gets it into the front court, crosses over and leaves it off now for Knapp, who gives it back. Roll thought about the long jumper. She'll pump fake and now go in. Had it blocked. Probably one of those calls again, Coach, where it's definitely a foul tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's another kick out.
Hatfield gets it safely into the front court. Lady Hornets lose it out of bounds, but last touch by the Lady Senators, as we will see Kelsey Turner check back into the ball game, and Mercedes Phillips, who 6th person off of the bench tonight for Coach McKenna. She's had a pretty good floor game. A lot of hustle and grit out there for Phillips. Lady Hornets on the attack here again. 65-19. Short jumper won't go from the elbow for Flynn. Back to the other end. Knapp gets it safely into the front court. Gives it back to Roll. She'll stop, pop. She's not shy, and she lets it fly for another 3. Bailey Roll with her 2nd triple of the night. Had 5 in the first half. Give her 9 now in the game. Makes it now 68-19. Roll averaging just 1.2 points per game as the Lady Hornets turn it over for the 7th time of the half. That turnover number is slowed down for the Lady Hornets, now given Lady Senators playing a lot of gals right now in this ball game and backing the dogs off, if you will. But Medora doing a much better job of taking care of the rock. 27 turnovers now in the ball game altogether. Roll, she lets another one go. This one won't go from the top of the key. Nice clear out on the rebound by Lexi Morris and the Lady Hornets. 3:57 and counting to the close of this one.
She was so wide open. She looked at Coach, looked back, and then shot the ball.
Shot missed by the Lady Hornets. Here comes Fouch in transition. She goes off the glass for 2 more. Taylor Fouch has 6 on the night, 4 of them in this period. And it's now 70-19. Lady Senators boosting their score. Lady Senators, again, they average just a shade over 58 points per game. Helping that cause here tonight with 70 on the board and still 3.5 to go. Coach Russell has a chat with these assistants and paces up and down the sideline. Foul win on Courtney Knapp. That'll be her first team foul, just number 3 of the half. That sends Kaylin Flynn to the free throw line. Her first attempt of the night will not go. She'll get another one. This one won't go as well as Lily Phipps pulls down a defensive board and gives it off to Knapp. Courtney Knapp now into the front court. She'll stop. She's going to let one fly from 3. Left it short. She wanted it bad. Coming out there with it is Hatfield. She'll go 1-on-2. She's not scared. She'll take it off the glass and finish at the rim. She's already got 8 in the period, Coach. Good fourth quarter for Lily Hatfield of Medora.
Yeah, she's playing a nice game. Playing hard.
13 in the game. Allie Brown misses the shot. All the girls on the bench stand up. Wanting to see Knapp and Allie Brown, some of these girls that haven't scored yet, to get into the action. And it'll go to the Lady Hornets. 2:58 and counting. 70-21. Lady Senators firmly in control. We're waiting the Lady Tigers of Crothersville for tomorrow night's championship as they took care of business in game 1 here against Orleans tonight. Basket made at the other end by the Lady Hornets.
Turner.
Turner able to get her first points, first person to score other than Flynn and Hatfield. Makes it now 70-23. The Lady Hornets give it right back on turnover number 28 as Fouch comes up with the steal. Brown with it, gives it off to Roll. Roll goes right back to Brown. They're wanting to shoot it. Now he says no way. Knapp will let it fly. She misses another 3. Nice offensive rebound, though, work by Bailey Roll, who took a shot across the wrist. Gonna have to be like T-Swizzle and shake it off, though. She waves that hand around. And she'll go to the free throw line where she hit her first 2. Went 1 of 2 on the last trip. And she'll go back to the free throw line for attempts 5 and 6 as she cashes in the first. Didn't know I'd get a T-Swizzle reference in tonight, did you, Coach?
No, I didn't. Courtney's got a really nice shot. They wanted to shoot it. You notice she didn't look over at Coach for permission. She let her rip.
She ain't
she
never
does have a nice
scared.
shot, though.
72-23 as Roll completes them both. Bailey's got a nice quarter going. She's got 6 of her 11 in this period. She pokes one away there out of bounds in front of Coach McCammon. And he'll flip it back to Mike Thompson, and we'll reset it. 2-minute warning here, 2:02 to play. As a matter of fact, 72-23. Lady Senators with the lead. Hatfield with it from the corner, lets another one fly. That one a little too strong. Tell you what, Hatfield only 5'2", but she tries to play like she's more of a 5'8" or 5'9" guard out there.
Yeah, she does a nice job. I mean, she catches each time, ready to shoot, puts the ball on the floor, is not scared to go in, shoot that little floater.
She also doesn't have to look for Coach's permission to let one go.
Nope, not at all.
Inbounds pass from Morris goes to Hatfield across the baseline. She'll give it back to Flynn. Flynn will let an NBA 3 go. She's not able to connect, but a nice offensive rebound by Lexi Morris. And so we've finally seen 2 other girls score, Turner and Morris, in the last couple of possessions. Make it now 72-25, minute 34 and counting. This one about to wind down mercifully. Allie Brown will let a 3 go just off the back iron. Courtney Knapp, offensive rebound. She couldn't get it to go. Lily Phipps, offensive rebound, couldn't get it. Lady Senators with 3 shots and 2 offensive boards on the trip. Come up dry, those. They're trying to get some of these girls into the scorebook. Hatfield, another nice take, misses the runner. Nice rebound by Knapp. She'll lead the break. It's a 4-on-3, and she'll slow it up and let everyone settle into the front court. Fouch has it, left side, comes back to the middle now. 60 seconds to go where the Lady Senators can officially be tagged as the contender in tomorrow night's championship game against Crothersville. Shot missed underneath, ball poked away. Coming out there with it's the Lady Senators off the steal. Good effort, good active hands. Brown has it, gives it up to Roll. They want Nally to shoot it bad. Wouldn't take the shot attempt. Now they're going to go to Phipps in the post. She turns, pump fake, back out to Fouch. She's not shy either. Lets it go off the back iron, no good. And then on the rebound attempt, Phipps will be called for the over the back. Lily's going to pick up her first team foul, number 4, 34.6 on the clock. Just about to the finish line in this one, as we're going to see Mercedes Phillips check in, and Hatfield is going to come out to a nice round of applause. Good effort tonight by Hatfield. She'll get my applause as well. She's had a good game for the Lady Hornets here. Just two outmatched and two outmanned here. A very small and thin lineup. Nice little jumper from the elbow. Won't go for Kelsey Turner. Knapp clears it out to Roll, and we'll see if they can dribble the air out of this one on this possession. Now down to about 15 seconds to play. Ball was poked away. It'll stay with the Lady Senators. I don't know if Coach Russell can get on the bus soon enough to get back and start thinking about a defensive game plan for a pretty savvy Crothersville group.
Yeah, it's a group that's got some shooters, and Katrina's a great athlete, great player, so it's going to be important to take the air out of that right away.
This one's going to come to a close as Fouch and Roll control it out front. 72-25, your final here tonight, as the Lady Senators dominate from the start, and they're able to walk away with the victory. Now win number 17 on the year. Lady Hornets will see their season come to a close. Good news for them, Coach. Not a single senior on this very thin roster, so maybe they can get some girls coming up from the junior high, kind of start to build things up. They got a good foundation, got a couple of good guards in Flynn and Hatfield. Coach McCammon been around long enough. He's seen some good players. Of course, his daughter last year graduating, she was a good scoring threat for them as well and put up some big points in tournament play for them and throughout last season. But this Lady Hornets squad, a never say die attitude. You got to applaud their effort here tonight.
Yeah, Brad does a great job with the girls, and puts in a lot of time. He's dedicated, and he's just a great teacher of the game. He's very patient with them, and you got to give these 6 girls. I know they got 7 with the one injury, but give them a lot of credit. They played hard, and that's really what it's about. And they represent their school in a great way, and they need to be very proud of the girls, their efforts, and just what they do each and every night to represent their school with this basketball team.
I'm going to step aside, take a break, as the Lady Hornets, they still got something to smile about because they're together as a group and they're taking some team photos as they share this postseason moment as their season comes to a close. Again, 2-17 on the year, but no seniors on this roster. Meanwhile, some work ahead for Darren Russell and his crews. We'll talk to Coach Russell on our Lady Senator post-game show wrap-up here tonight, brought to you by Ace Hardware in Salem, as their sights now turn to this Crothersville squad, a team they've faced twice already, and it's been a couple of bruising battles that the Lady Senators have come out of there with victories in each instance, and I'm sure this one will not disappoint tomorrow night. We'll step aside, we'll take that break, get a couple of sponsors in, and we'll come back to begin our post-game show festivities here from the Doghouse. Senators win it here tonight, 72-25 in semifinal action. Back with that post-game right after this.
Arnold's Gymnasium for tonight's game. It's time to introduce the starting lineup, and the crowd is on their feet and they're going wild. And here comes the new players. We've got the premium quarter pounders coming in tonight alongside the chicken classic sandwiches. Playing forward tonight, we have got one-of-a-kind McWrap. Guarding your hunger, it looks like we've got McDouble and McChicken coming in. And starting in the center court tonight will be Big Mac. Look on the sideline, folks. We have Chicken McNuggets cheering tonight alongside those golden delicious fries. Hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into Salem McDonald's, right here on Main Street, before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink, that famous Mickey D sweet tea, or something from their full line of smoothies and McCafe coffee drinks. Order inside from 4 a.m. to 11, or get that one-of-a-kind taste 24 hours at the drive-thru. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Head on down to Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem and get your new or used Ford, Ram, Chrysler, Dodge, or Jeep. Stop in the new office at 207 South Main Street right here in Salem for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. See Steve, Travis, or Neil and give them an idea of what you're looking for. Whether it's new or used, the guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will work hard to put you in the ride of your life. Check out the new Ford and Ram trucks as well as their new crossovers and SUVs. Or if new is not in your budget, the no-pressure guys at Eddie Gilstrap Motors will help you find a certified pre-owned vehicle. Stop in today at Eddie Gilstrap Motors for the best deals in the Kentuckiana area. Call today at 812-883-3481 or check them out online at EddieGilstrapMotors.com. Don't forget the body shop and come see the all-new Detail Center and speak to Brian Fisher about what he can do for all your detailing needs.
Back to begin our post-game show activities here from the Doghouse in Orleans. We're in sectional 61 semifinal action here tonight. Get two totally different sides of the coin. Game one tonight going to Crothersville as they dethrone Orleans 54-41 in that first semifinal round. And then tonight in the nightcap, it's the Lady Senators who dominate from the start. They go on a 6-0 run to start the game before the Medora Lady Hornets get on the board for their first two of the night, but then it was a 32-0 scoring run and a blazing run at that offensively for the Lady Senators as they cranked up the heat on defense, leading to some more transition buckets as we were able to watch on Tuesday night, and they take that big lead of 45-7 into the halftime break. They get much of the same in that third quarter of play. They outscored the Lady Hornets 16-6 as they boost their lead to 61-13 after the third quarter of action. And then in that fourth quarter, Lady Hornets actually outscored the Lady Senators 12-11, but a lot of subs getting some good time in, a lot of unselfishness, a lot of missed shots. But the Lady Senators, though, holding their ground here and walking away with the monster win, 72-25. The final, just an overall good night, just as we expected and as the script was written. It was going to be a night where the Lady Senators could get a lot of girls into the playing action here tonight, keep legs fresh, and not to expend too much energy knowing they've got a short turnaround, now less than 24 hours away from tipping off Sectional 61's championship game.
Yeah, it's a nice win tonight. You know, this is a game you don't look at the scoreboard and want to just punish a team with the score. So, you know, very pleased with how it ended up, getting a lot of girls in. You never know. I mean, we're about 8 deep. We're really, you know, going to play 8 girls for the most part, but you never know when a girl's got to come in and give a minute or two here or there. And, you know, now they've been on this floor, they've been in this gym, the atmosphere a little bit, so gives them a little bit of experience coming into tomorrow night if he needs to call on that 9th and 10th person. So, you know, just we're healthy, and the major thing is that we're playing for a sectional title and vying that title we've not had since 1999.
And we'll see if they can end that drought. We'll get Coach Russell in here as he's come across so kindly to join us here tonight on our Ace Hardware of Salem Lady Senator post-game show here from the Doghouse. His team wins at 72-25. Coach, what a great night for your girls here to get such balanced scoring, and everyone that played tonight, with the exception of 3 people, able to get into the scoring column, get a little taste of postseason play. But again, that balance and able to save some legs for tomorrow night. Your take on tonight's win?
Yeah, I'm very pleased, obviously, with the balance of scoring. But the thing that pleased me the most is all 12 girls that came in played hard. They stayed focused. You know, they did the things that we wanted to do, and in these type of games, it is very easy to lose your focus, lose concentration. But I thought overall we did an outstanding job of staying focused and executing what we wanted to do. No, it's not the type of pressure we're going to see tomorrow, the type of players we're going to see tomorrow. But nonetheless, we played well. I thought we didn't have a lot of unnecessary turnovers. We didn't take many bad shots, which is very easy to do in a game like this. We played pretty well overall. And we're moving on. That's the name of the game. So, we shot the ball. We shot 41% on twos, and 65% the line needs to be a little bit better. Turnovers. We only had 7 turnovers. That's outstanding for us. So especially, even though they don't put pressure, sometimes we have a tendency when we're going up and down, playing fast, that we make some bad passes or we make some bad decisions. So to only have 7 and play 12 kids, that the length of time that they all played tonight, is very impressive.
Coach, here's something you might not see too much out of your team. You guys put up 72 points tonight, but you do it with just 5 makes from downtown.
Yeah.
So that tells you the concerted effort by your group to be patient, make that extra pass, and really attack the paint tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we had a definite size advantage, and, we took advantage of it. And that's the thing. Every game, I think, our team is getting smarter and smarter as far as realizing, what advantage we do have. It's taken a while for them to really see and be able to execute that without me having to spoon feed them. And, they're even the freshmen, they have played a whole year now, so they're not really freshmen. And, they're picking up on things. Our older kids are picking up on things. We're not forcing as much stuff. And when we do that, we're a pretty good team.
Well, definitely an impressive effort here tonight. And, Coach, you get that balance. We tend to talk about that a lot with the boys, but, it's maybe an unspoken thing with the girls. But tonight, again, 3 players in double figures and 9 of the 12 able to score. And I thought a good night, not an overpowering night, maybe by any means scoring-wise, but to see the growth of Rihanna and Cora from Tuesday night just to tonight was pretty outstanding as they combined for 22 and several rebounds.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I don't know how many times each of them shot or anything, but, they didn't force anything. They just took what was there, and a lot of times, Rye would get an offensive rebound, and if there's a couple girls around, rather than going back up, she'd dribble it out, and we'd reset her offense, and then someone else is getting a good shot. So, again, it's starting to show that this group of kids is about winning. They're not in there being selfish, worrying about how many points I have or how many points this person has or how many rebounds. All they're concerned with is us winning. And, when you play like that or have a team like that, that's a pretty special team.
And how about this? Off the bench tonight, you get 8 out of Cassidy, which I thought Cassidy Keltner had a great game tonight, had a couple of big blocks and showed her range on a couple of mid-range jumpers. And then a girl like Bailey Roll who comes in, she only averages, about 1.5 points per ball game. She comes in with 11 tonight and was pretty good from the free throw line as well.
Yeah, I mean, Cassidy, yes, we're going to be counting on her a lot next year once Riley's, but Cassidy is a very athletic kid, probably the most athletic kid we have on our team. And, she's just starting to realize how good she can be and getting the type of confidence that she's getting, Tuesday night, now tonight, is going to bode well for us in the future. And Bailey Roll, I am so happy for her to be able to get that 11 points tonight. Bailey's accepted her role this year without any problems, just goes and does what she's supposed to do. And those are the type of kids that you got to have in your program. Not everybody's going to be playing all the time. And what you want is you want kids that are accepting of their roles, going to do what you want. And, but most importantly, they're going to support their teammates, support the team as a whole. And, that fits Bailey, that fits Courtney Knapp, that fits a lot of kids on our team to a T. And, that's why I really enjoy this team right now.
And, Coach, one thing we hit on in our pregame conversation in the locker room tonight was the fact that this team's had a little bit of a struggle with their assist-to-turnover ratio at -5 on the differential. But tonight, How about this? 7 turnovers, and I know, people's going to say, well, look who you played, look who you played. Bottom line, you went through a tournament game with just 7 turnovers, which is a great springboard, hopefully, for tomorrow night.
Exactly. And, and it is. Most of the times when we have a lot of turnovers, it's not so much the other team as it is us. I mean, it's just the concentration, being smart. We had a game earlier this year that we were a lot better than the team we played. We come out and we have 35 turnovers. I mean, and they were, for the most part, unforced.
Yeah.
But we learned from that, and, it's paying off now. So, yeah, to see us keep the concentration and focus and only have 7 turnovers is a huge deal. I don't care who you're playing.
And just 5 of those coming in the first quarter. So you take out that first quarter, and it's almost a spotless game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we didn't get off to the start that I would have liked to, the first couple minutes. But, as you said, 2 turnovers after the first few minutes of the game. For the rest of it, I'll take that every single night.
Coach, before we let you go to enjoy this win and get a little rest before tomorrow's busy day, just talk to us a little bit about how you go about handling this as far as shoot around. Every coach has a different philosophy. How's your outlook for tomorrow, and how do you spend the day?
Fortunately for us, we're pretty familiar with Crothersville. We played them the first game of the year. We played them again in December, and now we'll play them again at the end of the year. So, our kids, as they were watching them play Orleans, they knew who they were guarding. They were watching them, so we're pretty familiar with that. We're going to come in tomorrow about noon once the junior high girls tourney is over, and we're going to have a shoot around, do some shooting, go over Crothersville stuff, basically just reviewing because what we've done in the past has worked pretty well against them. With them, you got to stop Kat, and our kids are motivated again because all they've heard is how great she is, best athletes. No recommend. Kids. So our kids do have a big chip on their shoulder, and we have been fortunate enough to beat Crothersville these first 2 times, once at our place, once at their place. It's tough to beat a team 3 times, but if any team's going to be able to do it, it's going to be this team because they are pretty determined right now.
Coach, we're going to let you enjoy this. We'll let you get out of here, and I might fire Coach Bosma before this night's over with. But great win tonight, 72-25, the final. Enjoy the day tomorrow. Take every bit of this in and make sure the girls do the same.
They are.
Soak every minute in. We'll talk to you for our coverage tomorrow night for our pregame.
All right. Thank you very much.
Coach Darren Russell joins us here on our Senator post-game show, Lady Senator version, as they romp here tonight, 72-25, the final. Let's get into our scoring quickly, as we'll let Coach Bosman settle back in tonight for the Lady Hornets. They fall. Their season comes to a close, 2-17 on the year. They get 1 girl in double figures, Lily Hatfield, 13 points on the night, including 1 or 2 from the charity stripe. She knocked down 3 shots from 2-point range and 2 triples to her credit, 8 of those 13 coming in the fourth quarter of play. Kaylin Flynn chips in 8. Her and Hatfield were the only 2 to even score through the first 3 quarters of action for the Lady Hornets. Flynn went 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Lexi Morris and Kelsey Turner chip in 2 apiece in the fourth quarter. Taylor Hunter started but did not score, and Mercedes Phillips, the other player for Medora in this 6-person rotation. Very thin lineup tonight, also unable to tally, but had a pretty good floor game as well. Lady Hornets struggled from the free throw line, only got there 4 times and capitalized once for 25%. And that wasn't even until the third and fourth quarters of play, as they didn't shoot a single attempt in the first 16 minutes. And the Lady Senators, how about this? They forced 29 turnovers, right on Medora's season average for the year. 20 of those 29 coming in the first half of play. So 29 turnovers in all for the Lady Hornets. Meanwhile, for Coach Darren Russell and his Lady Senators, now 16-10 on the year as they punch their ticket to the championship tomorrow night with the big win. They get 3 players in double figures. All 12 girls who dressed were able to get in and give good minutes, with 9 of those 12 scoring. Of the 5 starters, Hattie Griffith's the only one to not tally tonight, but Hattie had a good game, had some good opportunities. Ryan Russell chips in 11, 1 of the 3 in double figures, with 9 of those 11 coming in the first half. She was also 4 of 4 from the charity stripe. Maddie Bowsman, a little bit quieter night offensively than what she had on Tuesday night where she put up 21. Tonight she chips in 8, all of her damage done through the first 3 quarters as well. She was also perfect from the line at 2 for 2. Cora Miller, 9 points on the night, 0 for 4 from the charity stripe for her again. Damage was done by the end of the 3rd quarter for her, and her night finished. Rihanna Watson, 13 points to lead the team tonight, including 1 of 2 from the charity stripe and 6 makes from 2-point range. From there, Chelsea Carter Van Cleve, Cassidy Keltner, Taylor Fouch, Courtney Knapp, Bailey Roll, and Allie Brown all get into the action tonight for Coach Darren Russell's crew. Carter Van Cleve was 6 on the night. Cassidy Keltner, a good night for her, 8 points. All of K-Squared's baskets coming in that 2nd quarter of play. Taylor Fouch chips in 6 as well. In the 2nd and 4th quarters where she done her damage, Courtney Knapp and Allie Brown unable to tally, as well as Lily Phipps, who was also unable to tally. Bailey Roll, a big night for her off the bench, well above her season average of about 1.5 per game, as Bailey, great game for her, 11 points, including 5 of 6 from the charity stripe to give the Lady Senators a boost from the reserves. 13 of 20 on the night. Coach Russell wants to see that cleaned up a little bit before tomorrow, just 65%. They were 5 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half for 62%. Lady Senators knocked down 5 threes on the night, just 5, as they put up 72 in all. The big news for them, just 7 turnovers, with 5 of those 7 coming in the first quarter, 2 in the second, and then went spotless in that second half of play with a lot of reserves in. Says something about the effort of this group to take care of the basketball and value their possessions. Coach, you've got the final shooting and rebounding statistics as well.
Yeah, inside the arc tonight, Senators, we were 22 of 53 at 41%. Beyond the arc, we were 5 of 21 at 23%. We were kind of carefree a little bit there in the second half, letting it fly. Overall, we were 27 of 74 attempts again on, this sure is in the last Tuesday night sheet. We had 74 attempts the other night too. So 27 of 74 attempts overall at 36%. Rebounding for the Senators, we had 31 offensive rebounds, 21 defensive, for a total of 52 rebounds. For the Medora Hornets, they were 6 of 27 inside the arc at 22%, 4 of 11 beyond the arc. Overall, 10 of 38 at 26%. Rebounds for the Hornets, 9 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive, total of 21 rebounds. Senators racked up 22 steals tonight, 0 for the Hornets. And as you said, only 7 turnovers, all 7 of those coming in the first half. Which is key. You get those early 5 turnovers. Some of those were overpassing. Some of them were just kind of careless and maybe not being focused. So shows a little bit of focus. The Hornets had 29 turnovers. Assists to blocks. We had 12 assists to their 3, 4 blocks for us to their 3. So that wraps up the stats for tonight.
Very impressive win. We have got to get in a couple of more sponsors before we go off the air. So we'll take our final break. Get those sponsor spots in. We'll come back. We'll close things out. We'll also name our Ace Hardware Player of the Night for the Lady Senators in their semifinal win over the Lady Hornets. We'll come back to close things out from the doghouse in just a moment. You're listening to the Lady Senators tonight on WSLM 1220 and 97.9.
Looking for your next new or used car? Then head on down and check out the deals at John Jones Auto Group in Salem, Corydon, Scottsburg, and Greenville. Whether you visit the lot and take a test drive or visit the virtual showroom online at johnjonesautogroup.com, you'll find the largest selection of GM cars in Kentuckiana. Whether it's a car, truck, or minivan, John Jones Auto Group has something to fit your style and your budget. Bad credit? No problem. We will find the financing that's right for you. At John Jones, we pride ourselves at finding the right deal for your situation. Call or visit today, 1-800-473-5546, or go online at johnjonesautogroup.com and check us out on Facebook and Twitter too. John Jones Auto Group, the largest dealer in southern Indiana, serving Salem, Corydon, Scottsburg, Greenville. You see so many because they paid so little.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I like to sit on the patio and watch the birds.
Cynthia wanted to attract a wider variety of birds. We talked about which types are native to our area, and I pointed out the feed, seeds, and feeders that would work best.
Ace is the place when you want to follow nature's tweets. Hashtag sparrows and warblers.
During February, buy 2 bags of Ace Wild Bird Food at $9.99 each and get another bag free. View current Red Hot Pies at facebook.com/Ace Hardware of Salem.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Back for the final time inside the doghouse here at Orleans Junior Senior High School, where tonight the Lady Senators win at 72-25 on the scoreboard. Time to name our Ace Hardware Player of the Night, and that's going to go to one of the 2 seniors on this team, Miss Rihanna Watson. A good night for her all around. 13 points on the night for the senior, including dishing out 3 dimes. She had 4 rebounds and 4 steals as well. Congratulations to Rihanna Watson, our Ace Hardware Player of the Night. Be sure to stop into Ace Hardware of Salem and check out their February bargains of the month. Again, scoring by quarter like this tonight, 19-2 after that first quarter of play, and then in